there, English learners! Before we dive in today, let me tell you exactly why the next 40 minutes will transform your daily English practice. We're covering real conversations you can actually use every single day, from morning routines to handling unexpected situations, and I promise you'll walk away with phrases you can use immediately.
Wow, Amelia, that sounds incredible. I've been struggling with everyday English for months now, and honestly, I never know what to say in simple situations.
That's exactly why we're here today. So many students tell me they study grammar for years, but freeze when ordering coffee or chatting with neighbors. Today changes that. And listeners, if you find this helpful, smash that like button, drop a comment telling us which phrase you'll use first, and let's discuss your experiences learning English in the comments below.
So, where should someone like me even start? I mean, I know basic words, but putting them together in real life feels impossible sometimes.
Perfect question. Let me ask you something first. What did you do this morning before coming here?
Well, I woke up around 7, brushed my teeth, made some coffee, checked my phone, and then headed out.
See? You just used past tense perfectly and described a sequence of events. That's actual English speaking, not textbook exercises. But here's the thing. Could you tell me about your morning using more descriptive language?
Oh, that's different. Like, I know what happened, but making it sound more natural? That's tough.
Totally normal. Let me show you. Instead of I woke up, try my alarm went off at 7, but honestly, I snoozed it twice before finally dragging myself out of bed. See the difference?
Whoa, that sounds like how people actually talk. It's got personality and details.
Exactly. And listeners, this is crucial. Drop a comment right now about your morning routine using descriptive language. Let's practice together, and I'll respond to as many as I can. The community here learns from each other's examples.
Okay, so let me try. My alarm blasted at 7, and I groaned, buried my face in the pillow, but then remembered I had this session, so I jumped up, shuffled to the bathroom, and splashed cold water on my face to wake up properly.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You used blasted, groaned, shuffled, splashed. These vivid verbs make your English come alive. Did you hear how much more engaging that was?
I did, but here's my problem. When I'm actually in a conversation, I can't think that fast. My brain just goes blank.
That's the number one complaint I hear. And here's the secret. You're trying to translate from your native language instead of thinking in English. Let's practice real-time thinking right now.
Think in English? But how do I stop translating? I've been doing it for years.
We're going to retrain your brain using daily situations. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you walk in?
In my language, I think about what I want to order. Then I try to remember the English words.
Stop right there. Instead, walk into any coffee shop and just observe. The smell of coffee beans, the sound of the espresso machine hissing, people chatting, the barista calling out names. Let those sensations trigger English words directly.
So I should think smell coffee, not translate el olor del café to the smell of coffee?
Precisely. And here's your homework that I want everyone watching to do. When you're doing daily activities, narrate them in English, out loud. Brushing teeth? Say, I'm squeezing toothpaste onto my brush. The bristles feel soft. I'm brushing in circular motions.
Won't people think I'm crazy talking to myself?
Maybe, but who cares? You're becoming fluent. Besides, you can do it in your head at first. The point is building that English thinking muscle. Listeners, comment below if you already do this or if you're going to start today.
Okay, I'm willing to try anything. But what about when people use phrases I've never heard? Just yesterday, someone said, it's raining cats and dogs, and I literally looked up at the sky confused.
Oh, idioms, the beautiful nightmare of English learning. That one means it's raining very heavily, but here's what you need to know. You don't need to memorize thousands of idioms.
Really? Because every app keeps throwing idioms at me and I feel overwhelmed.
Focus on maybe 20 common ones that native speakers actually use regularly. Piece of cake for something easy. Under the weather for feeling sick. Hit the hay for going to sleep. Use them in context and they'll stick.
Can you give me a real situation where I'd use these?
Absolutely. Imagine a coworker asks, "How was that presentation you were worried about?" You could say, "Honestly, it was a piece of cake. I prepared so much that it went smoothly. But afterward, I felt exhausted, not a bit under the weather. So I went home early and hit the hay around 8. That flows so naturally. I would have just said, "It was easy. I felt sick. I slept early." Boring. But see, your version isn't wrong. It communicates the meaning. The idioms just add flavor. And this is important for everyone watching. Communication first, perfection later. Comment below with your favorite English idiom or one that confused you. That takes so much pressure off. But what about pronunciation? Sometimes I say something and people just stare at me blankly. Pronunciation challenges are real, and they're different for every learner depending on your native language. What sounds trip you up most? The th sound. My tongue doesn't want to cooperate. I say tree when I mean 3, and people get so confused. Let's fix that right now. Stick your tongue between your teeth slightly. Yes, it feels weird, and blow air out. Th, th, th. Don't overthink it. Th, 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 th. 3, 3, 3. Is that better? Much better. Practice this. I need 3 things from the store on Thursday. Say it slowly, really exaggerating that tongue position. I need 3 things from the store on Thursday. I need 3 things from the store on Thursday.
Excellent. Now, listeners, here's your challenge. Record yourself saying that sentence and play it back. Comment below which sounds are hardest for you, and let's help each other. This community is amazing at supporting one another. What about understanding native speakers? They talk so fast. I watch movies and understand maybe half. Welcome to the club. Even advanced learners struggle with this. But here's a secret. Native speakers don't actually speak faster. They blend words together and use contractions constantly. What do you mean, blend words? Instead of saying, "I am going to go to the store," we say, "I'm going to go to the store," or even, "I'm going to go to the store." We swallow sounds, merge words, and use rhythm patterns. Oh, so when I hear "jeet yet," they're actually saying, "Did you eat yet?" Exactly. And wanna is want to. Gonna is going to. Shoulda is should have. These are real spoken English. Textbooks often skip this. So I should actually learn to speak this way too? For listening comprehension, absolutely understand it. For speaking, start with clear pronunciation, then gradually adopt natural contractions. Don't jump straight to advanced blending. That makes sense. Build the foundation first. Exactly. And here's a practical tip for everyone. Watch your favorite TV show with English subtitles. When you hear those blended sounds, you'll see what's actually being said. Pause, repeat, practice. Comment below your favorite show for English learning. I love crime shows. Could I learn from those? Sure, but you'll learn a lot of police and legal vocabulary. Might be confusing if you're trying to order food and you accidentally use courtroom language. I object to these prices at the grocery store. Perfect example. Choose shows that match your learning goals. Want workplace English? Watch office comedies. Want casual conversation? Try sitcoms about friend groups. What about reading? Does that help speaking? Absolutely. Reading exposes you to sentence structures, vocabulary and context, and natural phrasing. But here's the key. Read out loud when possible. Out loud? Even novels? Especially novels. You're training your mouth muscles, practicing pronunciation, and reinforcing grammar patterns simultaneously. 15 minutes daily of reading aloud will transform your speaking. I can do 15 minutes. What should I read? Start with your level. Don't torture yourself with Shakespeare if you're intermediate. Young adult novels, news articles, even well-written blogs work great. Gradually increase difficulty.
Makes sense. I've been trying to read advanced stuff and getting frustrated.
That's counterproductive. You should understand about 80% of what you read. The other 20% you learn from context. If you're stopping every sentence to look up words, it's too hard. That's such practical advice. What about grammar? Should I focus on perfect grammar or just communication? Both, but in stages. Early on, prioritize communication. I go yesterday to store. Gets your meaning across, even with errors. But don't stay there forever. So when do I focus on correctness?
Once you're comfortable expressing ideas, start refining. You went to the store, not go yesterday. Past tense matters. Articles matter. The store, not just store. Polish while you progress.
But there are so many grammar rules.
I get overwhelmed. Here's a secret. Native speakers break grammar rules constantly. We end sentences with prepositions, split infinitives, use fragments. Perfect grammar matters more in writing than speaking.
Really? So I'm stressing about rules that native speakers ignore?
Often, yes. Focus on being understood clearly rather than being grammatically perfect. Listeners, do you stress about grammar too much? Let's discuss in the comments.
What about writing? I need to write emails for work and I freeze up.
Email writing is actually easier than speaking because you have time to think. Let's practice. Imagine you need to tell your boss you'll be late tomorrow. What would you write?
Dear boss, I will be late tomorrow. Sorry. Thank you.
That works, but it's very basic. Let's add some professional polish. Dear Mr. Smith, I wanted to inform you that I'll be arriving approximately 30 minutes late tomorrow morning due to a doctor's appointment. I apologize for any inconvenience. Thank you for your understanding.
That sounds so much more professional. But how do I learn to write like that?
Templates. Keep a file of good email examples for different situations. Requesting time off, following up on meetings, thanking colleagues. Adapt them to your needs.
So I don't have to create everything from scratch?
Definitely not. Even native speakers use templates and previous emails as references. Work smarter, not harder.
That's a relief. What about speaking in meetings? I understand everything but panic when it's my turn to talk.
Performance anxiety is real. Preparation is your friend. Before meetings, write down key points you might want to make. Practice saying them out loud.
Like rehearsing?
Exactly. Also, have some go-to phrases ready. That's an interesting point. Could you elaborate on that? I see what you mean, and I'd like to add, these buy you thinking time.
So even if I'm nervous, I have something to say?
Precisely. And here's another tip. Slow down. Nervous speakers rush. Take a breath. Speak deliberately. People respect thoughtful responses.
What if I completely blank and forget a word mid-sentence?
Totally normal. Use circumlocution. Describe the thing you can't name. Can't remember thermometer? Say the thing that measures temperature. People will understand.
So I don't have to stop and say, wait, dictionary?
Nope. Keep the conversation flowing. You know, that device you stick in your mouth when you're sick to check if you have a fever? Boom, you've communicated.
Oh, this is so practical. Why didn't my textbooks teach this?
Because textbooks teach language in isolation, but we're teaching communication in context. Real English for real situations. And listeners, share in the comments a time you forgot a word and how you handled it.
Can we talk about small talk? I never know what to say when colleagues chat by the coffee machine.
Small talk, the social glue of English-speaking cultures. It feels pointless, but it's actually relationship building.
But talking about weather seems so meaningless?
It's not about the weather. It's about acknowledging the other person, showing friendliness, creating connection. The content is almost irrelevant.
So when someone says, "How are you?" they don't want my life story?
Correct. Good, thanks. How are you? Is perfect. It's a greeting, not a genuine inquiry into your well-being.
I've been telling people about my actual day.
That's sweet, but probably too much information. Small talk has patterns. Weather, weekend plans, local sports teams, recent events. Keep it light.
Can you give me some small talk scripts?
Absolutely. Did you have a good weekend? Can you believe this weather? Any plans for the holidays? How's your day going so far? These work in almost any casual situation.
And I just need to respond briefly?
Yep. Weekend was great. Went hiking. You? I know, so cold lately. Nothing special. Probably staying local. You? Mirror their energy and keep it balanced.
That feels manageable. What about making friends? I want to connect with English speakers, but don't know how.
Join interest-based groups. Book clubs, sports teams, volunteer organizations. Shared interests give you natural conversation topics.
But what if I say something wrong and embarrass myself?
You will make mistakes. Every learner does. Native speakers are usually patient and appreciative that you're trying to speak their language.
I guess I'm too afraid of judgment.
Here's perspective. Would you judge someone trying to speak your native language? You'd probably help them, right? Most people are the same. They want to help, not criticize.
That's true. I'd be impressed by anyone learning my language.
Exactly. So give yourself grace. Mistakes are proof you're trying. And listeners, comment about a mistake you made that taught you something valuable.
How long until I'm fluent? I've been studying for 2 years and still struggle.
Fluency is a journey, not a destination. Even native speakers keep learning. But you can reach conversational competence in different areas at different times.
What do you mean, different areas?
You might be fluent discussing your work, but struggle with medical vocabulary. Or confident in writing, but nervous speaking. Fluency isn't all or nothing.
So I can be partially fluent?
Absolutely. Focus on the English you need most. If you're a chef, master cooking vocabulary. If you're a student, prioritize academic language. Build from your needs.
That's way less overwhelming. What's the fastest way to improve?
Immersion. Even if you can't travel, change your phone to English, watch English content, think in English, talk to yourself in English. Surround yourself with the language.
I can do all that from home?
Yes. Join online conversation groups, use language exchange apps, follow English social media accounts, listen to podcasts, like this one. Consistent exposure is key.
I'm already listening to podcasts. What else should I do daily?
Here's a perfect daily routine. 15 minutes reading out loud, 15 minutes listening to native content, 15 minutes speaking practice, even to yourself. And throughout the day, think in English.
1 hour total? That's doable.
Absolutely doable. Consistency beats intensity. 1 hour daily for 6 months beats 8 hours once a week. Make it a habit.
I'm committing to this. But what about accent? Should I try to sound American or British?
Neither. Aim for clear pronunciation, not native accent. Your accent is part of your identity. As long as you're understood, don't stress about sounding exactly like a native.
Really? Because I've been trying to copy American movies.
communication over imitation. Global English has many accents. Indian, Nigerian, Australian, Filipino, all valid and beautiful.
That's empowering. I can sound like me?
Please sound like you. Bring your uniqueness to English. Clear articulation matters, but your accent tells your story.
Last question. How do I stay motivated when progress feels slow?
Track small wins. Did you use a new phrase today? Understand a joke? Have a brief conversation? Celebrate these. Progress isn't always obvious.
So focus on little improvements?
Exactly. Keep a learning journal. Write one sentence about what you practiced or learned each day. Over months, you'll see amazing progress.
I love that idea. Concrete proof of improvement.
And join communities like this. Share your journey, encourage others, learn from fellow students. We're all in this together. Listeners, share your biggest English learning win in the comments.
Amelia, this has been incredibly helpful. I feel equipped with actual strategies now.
That's what we do here. Practical, usable English for real life. Before we go, everyone, please like this video, subscribe to English Conversation Amelia, and drop comments about what you want to learn next.
And I'll be reading those comments too. Maybe we can discuss common questions in future episodes?
Absolutely. This is your learning space. Let's make it interactive. Share your challenges, successes, funny mistakes, and questions.
I'm already excited for the next session.
Me too. Remember, every conversation is practice. Don't wait until you're perfect to speak. Start messy, improve gradually, and enjoy the journey. Quick quiz time. All right, quick quiz before we finish. Question 1. What does the idiom piece of cake mean? A, a dessert. B, something easy. C, something sweet. D, a birthday celebration. That's B, something easy. Correct. Question 2. When someone says, "How are you?" in passing, what's the appropriate response? A, tell them your entire day. Say, "Good, thanks, you." C, ignore them. D, ask them what they want. Definitely B. Keep it brief. Perfect. Last question. What percentage of text should you understand when reading at your level? A, 50%. B, 100%. C, 80%. D, 30%. You said C, about 80%. 3 for 3. Listeners, comment your quiz scores below. Did you get them all right?
And be honest, we're all learning here.
Until next time, keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, you're capable of more than you think. This is Amelia from English Conversation Amelia, signing off.
Happy learning, everyone!